if we have two related samples and we wanted to make a comparison between the location parameters of the two related samples, then usually we make use of the parametric test, that is t-test for paired sample. But under the t-test for paired sample, we would have to follow certain assumptions that are the prerequisite to apply the t-test for paired sample. One of the prerequisites is that the two related samples, they must follow the normal distribution. That means they are being taken from the normally distributed population. So if that assumption is not met, we can make use of the non-parametric alternative, that is Wilcoxon signed rank test. So under the Wilcoxon signed rank test, we can make a comparison between the two related samples as far as the median difference between the two samples is concerned. And we can test under the median difference that whether that difference is 0 or is that different from 0. So students, I have already shared with you that how to make use of the Wilcoxon signed rank test for the small sample as well as for the large sample data. The manual calculations are concerned. Now I'll be giving you the demonstration on to SPSS, which is a statistical software, that how we can make use of that software to test certain assumptions about the median difference. So students, the problem in hand is, this is the data about the measurements of the heparin cofactor 2, which is also known as HC2, to plasma protein ratios in a group of patients at baseline and 5 months after hemodialysis. So as you can see that the data is very much related to each other, because these are the same patients, 12 patients who are being judged onto the baseline data and later onto a 5 months after hemodialysis data. So students, ये before results हैं आपके पास, these are the baseline results, and the after results are the 5 months after hemodialysis results. The observations are being shared and we need to test that the two measurements are exactly identical. So once you open up the SPSS window, this dialog box will appear before you. As you can see that at the very bottom left corner, there are two buttons which are being appearing. One is the data view and other is the variable view. So we need to click on to the variable view because we will have to define two variables. हमारे पास दो related samples हैं, एक before results हैं, before hemodialysis result, and the later one are the after hemodialysis result. So students, हमने यहाँ पे number 1 में name के अंदर पहले टाइप किया before, उसकी टाइप हमने क्लिक की numeric, by default setting is of numeric, और उसकी measurement जो है वो है scale. That means we are assuming that this data is being measured at least on the interval scale. So interval या ratio दोनों scales पे आप measure कर सकते हैं इस data को. So we are assuming that the data is very much quantitative in nature. और उसके बाद स्टूडेंट सेकंड वेरिएबल है आपका जो मैंने डिफाइन किया, मैंने यहाँ टाइप किया है आफ्टर, इसकी टाइप भी होगी न्यूमेरिक, और एज यू कैन सी मैंने डेसिमल प्लेस लिए हैं 1 बिकॉज ये डेटा आपके पास जो था दैट हैव हैड द डेसिमल पॉइंट्स, और इसकी भी मेजरमेंट मैंने ली है स्केल. सो दिस इज द वे हाउ यू कैन डिफाइन द टू वेरिएबल्स. वंस यू हैव डिफाइंड दैट यू विल क्लिक ऑन टू द डाटा व्यू एट द बॉटम. सो ये देखिए आपका इनेबल हो चुका है डाटा व्यू. अब आपके पास दो वेरिएबल्स डिक्लेयर हो चुके हैं एज बिफोर एंड एज आफ्टर. सो बिफोर में यू विल बी एंटरिंग ऑल द 12 observations, and then once you are done with before entry you will be entering the observations under the after variable. So that will complete the procedure of Wilcoxon signed rank test under the SPSS.